Have no fear. Brett DeGear is here. Hope that you're having a wonderful day. Definitely I am. It's another beautiful sunny day out here in the city of Toronto, and I'm enjoying the warm weather. Aren't you? Today is plus 12, somewhere in that ballpark. And let me ask you this. What are you committed to? What is it that you're committed to? Are you committed to your dreams, your goals, your aspirations? You need to be. I know I am. So a couple days ago was Sunday. It was daylight savings time, where we got an hour less sleep. We got an hour less sleep. My wife and I, we went to bed a little later than we wanted to, and we had to wake up super early in the morning I had to drop her off at her work for 8 o'clock. And that's about 40 minutes away from where we live. With that being said, got back home about 3 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark, finally ate lunch. And I was tired. My wife was tired. I wanted to take a nap. Yes, I wanted to take a nap. However, I didn't. Even though I was tired, I decided, and it is to decide, to do the things that you're committed to, regardless of what the circumstances might be. You might be tired. I was tired. I got less sleep than I wanted to the night before. So instead of a 24-hour day, we had a 23-hour day. So what did I do? I was still committed to taking my puppies out for a walk. I was still committed to going for a walk because I committed to myself that I needed to do that. That's in my daily plan. What's in your daily plan? What are the things that you're committed to that you don't do? We're all committed to something. It shows up either in your calendar or your wallet. So, what are the things that you're committed to? My commitment is to go for a walk. I went for a walk with my puppies. Yes, I have 2 Australian Shepherds. They're 5 years old. They're not that little of a puppy. They're not little foofballs that they were before. Okay? They're 55 pounds, 45 pounds of flufferoonies, fluffness, pure muscle. They love to pull. Anytime they see other dogs, anytime they see people, they just love to meet new people and new dogs. But here's the thing. I went out for that walk in the woods, and it was great. It was plus like 10, somewhere in that ballpark. I forget what the weather was like in terms of degrees outside. But there Bonsai and Blossom is. We found one patch of snow that was still in existence, and they fluffled and they ruffled and they snuffled in that snow and rolled around in it like there was no tomorrow. They were getting a snow bath. It was a little dirty snow bath, but they had a snow bath. But why am I saying this? Because I went out with them and we did something like 7,500 steps on Sunday when I was tired. So, are you committed to going to the gym? Are you committed to making your phone calls on a daily basis? Like, how many phone calls do you plan to make in your business today? What is your level of commitment? And we might be all going through stuff. I know definitely I am going through all kinds of stuff. My mom just got out of the hospital. And that's a good thing. However, we're all going through stuff. And it doesn't matter what you're going through, you can make a positive impact in your life by committing and staying committed to your commitments. What's your commitments? What are your commitments? What is a plan of attack that you have that you're going to do whatever it is that you need to do? What is that list? For my thing, for me, what is that? Well, for me, for my health, it's drinking 8 glasses of water every single day. Another thing is going for a 5,000 to 10,000 step walk every single day. When I'm not doing the 5,000 step, when I do the 5,000 step, then I need to do some other exercises throughout the course of the day. When I go for the 5,000 step walk, the 10,000 step walk, that's my commitment. My commitment is also, I'm a Christian, so that means reading the Bible or listening to God's word on the Audible. I have the Bible on Audible. Sometimes it's listening to worship music. Definitely praying is important for me as well, so I do that. Reaching out to people on a daily basis. Reaching out to friends, reaching out to prospective clients. Following through with people. Those are daily habits that I do. And, it might be calling 50 people a day, 6 days a week, and resting for the 7th day. That might be your plan. But what is it that's in your calendar that you're committed to? What is your commitments? What are they? So, my commitment is also, I write for 37 minutes a day. Why 37 minutes? Because I like 37. 37 is one of my favorite numbers. 38 is also one of my favorite numbers as well. So I write for 37 minutes every single day. Pen to paper, not typing away, but pen to paper. That's what I do every single day. What do I write about? Well, I'm completing my book called Closing Income Gaps. That book is for you, it's for me, it's for everyone around that wants to generate more income in their life. What is an income gap? Well, simple. Simply put, if you're making $75,000 a year and you're spending $90,000 a year, then you have a gap of $15,000. But in reality, you need to make an extra $30,000 a year to also compensate for making more money so that you can pay for the taxes. That's what an income gap is. I don't want you to have that income gap anymore. I want you to close that income gap. So in your case, it might be a 15,000, 20,000, hopefully not a $50,000 income gap. But most people are getting further and further behind because of all kinds of things that are going on in the world right now. What are some of those things right now that's going on in the world? Unfortunately, the war. High inflation, high gas prices. Gas prices are right now in where I live, the GTA, about $1.60 a liter. Inflation is up. The money that you're saving from your employment is less. It's going down. And most people don't have savings, especially if they're getting into further and further debt in terms of credit card debt or whatever. So I don't want that to happen to you. So I want you to make more money and close that gap. You need to close that gap. And as you're making more money, I'm not saying that you need to spend more money on lifestyle, but you need to reduce that gap, pay off those debts that you have, the bad debts that you have. So when the more uncertainty happens in the world, you're challenged less. You have staying power. You have holding power. You know, in 2008, when the meltdowns took place and stuff like that, the financial crash took place in the United States, the average person was behind, or they needed an extra $742 a month. $742 a month extra income. That's what they needed to do to earn every single month from filing bankruptcy. $742 US a month. So that's like 1,100 Canadian. So what does that mean? Most people are getting behind the 8 ball by 1,100 Canadian a month, or almost $750 a month USD. And you compound that on a monthly basis for a year, that's $9,000 US, or in Canada, just over $13,000 Canadian. Now, I'm sure that the figures are a lot more now. They're not a little bit more. They're a lot more. And that's the unfortunate part. So what does that mean? That gap is really, could be closer to $1,500 to $2,000 US a month. The mortgages have gotten bigger. The car payments have gotten bigger. Food has gotten bigger in terms of food pricing. Gas prices are up. So what does that mean for you and me? The gap is bigger. That means you and I need to make an extra $3,000 to $4,000 a month to get back to where we were, to pay the taxes on that extra earned income, to pay off some of that debt, just so that we can break even. Think about that. So I know you're committed to growing. You need to grow in many different ways. Expansion of the mind by reading great books. Expansion of your income, raising your income so you can close that gap that you have. So my book is coming out. It's called Closing Income Gaps. I'm still writing it. It still needs to be edited, but it's coming out. And I'd love for you to have a copy of it So please go to the website closingincomegaps.com. Enter your name, your email address there. And stay connected with me. So please like, please comment, subscribe to this video. In the meantime, I hope that you have a successful day. Expand your mind. Expand your knowledge. Expand that income. Close that gap. In the meantime, this is Brett DeGeer. Have a great day and be victorious. Bye for now.